Hello, beautiful people. Fifth going live from York, like normal. I wasn't going to do this live, but I've just had a fab day sorting out my essential oils, and I know you'll know I get very excited about the little sample vials that you get. So these are the ones I send to people if they ask for a sample to try before they buy, and I love these. But I've had this wonderful thing for about 2 years, if I'm honest. And I was prompted today to look at my first aid kit, and I thought, well, actually, whilst I'm making mine, which I should have made ages ago, I also decided to make one for Dave, because my husband very often goes to the woods. We've got a portion of woodland, and he quite often goes there by himself, and he's got his own first aid kit because he uses a chainsaw and other violent things. So he's got various things that he has to take, but I've just made him an essential oil one, which he was very happy about, actually. And the stuff, I thought I'd just show you some of the stuff I put in here. So obviously there's an insect repellent. So this has got things like citronella, lemongrass, those sorts of things. So this is really good. He can put that on when he gets there, and hopefully he doesn't get bitten, because when you're moving lots of brush and stuff around, you're going to get bitten. A very important one is cuts. So if he did chop himself with something, he has got other stuff for that, obviously. But helichrysum is a fantastic oil for that. And then I've given him one for cramp. He does actually quite often get cramp, so there's a little cramp one in there, and then one for if he injures a bone. So wintergreen's really good for that. And then I thought it would be really good for him to have something like shock, because obviously if you do injure yourself, you want to remember all the sensible things you should be doing. So I've given him a little one for shock. And so I've been creating all these, and as you'll know if you've ever watched me talk about essential oils, I've been consulting with my wonderful Medicinal Essential Oils book and checking all the things. So then I was thinking it was really interesting, because what I've given him is quite different from some of the things I've put in my own. So firstly, mine's bigger, but so I've got similar things to him. So I've got the stuff for shock, cuts, but I've got things like if I get burnt, because I do tend to get burnt. I've got a thing for if I do actually get bitten. So this one's really good. So basil is really good if you get insect bites. I tend to get allergic reactions to those, so that's not great. I've also given myself a stings blend as well. So that's got similar things, so the citronella and stuff, but then stuff that takes the pain away. So I put like an analgesic in there as well. I've got a sunburn blend because I get burnt. I'm glad I've done this now, because I normally get burnt in April. Can you believe it? When the sun is actually stronger than you think it is. And I've got like digestive I want one that's a generic one, so I've got an infection one. So I just thought I'd share some of the things that my book goes into. I mean, if you could see in here, like the skin protects from UV damage, black pepper, calendula, patchouli. I'm just trying to think what else. Wound healing. You've got bergamot, mint, calendula, cistus, copaiba. So copaiba's a really good one. So if anybody's heard of CBD oil, copaiba's like a purer version of that isn't going to cause any issues with hallucinogenic stuff. And that actually comes up against quite a lot of stuff that I've put in Dave's kit. For example, copaiba's come up a lot. Spikenard, pink pepper. I love pink pepper. So I just thought I'd share that I know a lot of people have like their first aid kits ready with plasters and stuff like that and creams, but actually essential oils are a really good way to carry just a small, I mean, you look at that, it's tiny. You could get some plasters in there and other stuff as well. But essential oils are just a really good way to be able to deal with some stuff like that, especially seen as you don't need very much. You only need one drop for certain, for all things, because doTERRA essential oils are so pure. So if you wanted to get in touch with me about any other stuff that you would put, I'd love to know what other people put in their first aid kits, what sort of things you'd want covered, because I thought the shock one was quite interesting. I hadn't thought about that until I looked at the stickers that came with this little thing I got, because it came with its own stickers, and I thought actually shock's a really good one, because if Dave did injure himself in the woods with something like a chainsaw, then actually you need to get over the shock to be able to then work out what you need to do and actually remember to do things. Obviously for me, insect bites and insect repellents is important, but I know people who get travel sick, so I have actually got one in Dave's in case he gets nauseous. If he does hurt, quite often if you do hurt yourself, then one of the first things your stomach does is like, ugh. So he's got a nausea blend in there as well. So if you want to put below any of the, if you'd like to know any other information about if you had a first aid kit with essential oils, what you'd put in it, I'd be interested to know. Bruises, oh, that was another one. Lavender, lemongrass, geranium. You'd smell really nice if you got a bruise and put all that lot on. That would be lovely. Antiseptic. The antiseptics is a massive section in this book. Again, copaiba's in there, clove, eucalyptus, bergamot, lemon, eucalyptus, lavender. A lot of people would think of lavender for that, but even things like myrrh, orange, petitgrain, rose, rosemary, thyme. So yeah, I'd love to know what other things you'd put in there if you were making your own little essential oil thing. And just remember, you can fit a lot of oils into a little thing like this that can then just go on a key ring, and you know you've got it all covered. And as I said, you could fit some plasters in there and maybe some other bits and pieces. So I'd love to know what you think. If I've forgotten anything sort of major that you'd put in a first aid kit, I'd love to know, because obviously I've got some spare slots in here, so I could definitely fit some more things in there. If you think of anything, let me know. If you want to know about, I might do a little document that says a bit more about it, especially from this book, because this book's got loads of stuff in it. So if you want to know anything, just post it below. If you think anybody else would be interested, just share this with them. And as always, just remember you're a super duper being, and remember that actually your first aid kit might be very different to someone else's. Like my one for Dave has been very different from mine, because we're all different and we all have different ways react to things. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye.